Thomas, go back to the Zuckerberg. We've talked about this for months on this show when this thing was first announced. But you're the first people to actually take it to a court and say, hey, this is completely illegal how this was done and how this was hidden from people. This is what's one of the things that's so powerful about your suit is you're putting Zuckerberg on trial. You're sitting there going, hey, this is these public-private partnerships. What are these? We have an election law. You've got to get this stuff passed. You did it under the dark of night, and then you gave these left-wing organizations like Rock the Vote, you hardwired them in directly into the voter registration system in this state. It's outrageous. So walk our audience through exactly how Zuckerberg plays into this and why he's going to become a principal character in this.
Well, you got to start in the beginning, Steve, with Mr. Floof. Who you know, David Floof is the brains behind this whole thing. So he's Obama's guy. He's Obama's campaign guy. And so Floof ends up working for who? Mark Zuckerberg and his wife. So Floof is the planner. Floof is the guy behind the screen. So Zuckerberg, of course, is keen to throw money in here. Zuckerberg, what do you think is going to happen in a Biden administration to Zuckerberg? Nothing. And so you got Zuckerberg throwing $400 million, the equivalent of all the money that the federal government put into the states to run their elections. So the money comes in through Zuckerberg. The money is used for all sorts of things. The contracts with the counties in Pennsylvania are just outrageous. The counties had to sign contracts that said that they had to do certain things. In Philadelphia, for example, it says they got to have 800 precincts up and running so they can get out the vote. And if they don't do that, there's a clawback provision that says Zuckerberg can get his money back. I mean, how in the world could government enter into a partnership to do something like counting the votes? It'd be like entering into a private partnership to run the military, something that's as sacrosanct as voting. So just imagine if President Trump and his family offered to put up $400 million to pay all the people that were going to count the votes. Imagine the outrage on the other side. They would be there. The top of their heads would be blowing off. And I got to tell you, this is exactly what they did in Pennsylvania. And they had clawback provisions. They bought these phony mailboxes to dump the ballots in. They kept us out of the counting rooms. They kept Republicans standing 30, 40, 50, 100 feet away in Philadelphia. People were trying to use binoculars to see what was going on. The whole election was as phony as a $3 bill, Steve.